I'm driving down 151 in Scio, Ohio, and I saw this abandoned pottery manufacturing plant. They had these all along the Ohio River, and they used to economically support the entire area, Northeastern Ohio, the southern end of the Northeastern Ohio area. You'll find a lot of these pottery mills that are abandoned, and this is just one. It's really actually pretty cool to see, and you can tell there's nothing going on here lately, as far as I can tell. And if there is anything going on here, I know I wouldn't want to work here. It's an absolute dump, basically. Although there is definitely a lot of scrap metal, and there's a pneumatic trailer over there with a truck. I'm sure hasn't ran for years. And then there's also a telephone booth. But I'm sure they had trucks going through there. It looks kind of like a way station where they dump pottery materials into a trailer. Where they used to, I'm kind of hesitant to drive on this. But it looks like I'm fine. And then there's a bunch of pallets, and I'm definitely not driving through there. Looks pretty low. So I'm gonna back up on here. Then there's that abandoned semi. It's unusual to see, because I mean, you can scrap a semi out, get at least a few thousand out of it. I'm gonna back out and then get another shot of the front. I'm heading kind of toward the plant, and these are where the garage doors were open. There's definitely some pottery in there. I don't want to go any further, risking getting stuck. But when I first saw that sign, I thought it said Scio Lottery, because you can't see the P or the O. But when I drove here, it's obvious it's a pottery plant. Definitely been a lot of history here, I'm sure. It seems like it back in the day, it probably was a really nice plant to work in. And see, like, that's what's funny about it, is some of these look new. You know, like those look like they were just made. I mean, not tarnished or torn or anything like that. So there might be something going on here. Definitely it's not like it was back in the day, because it's such a, the building has not been maintained at all. Most people don't want to work in an abandoned looking pottery plant when it's 20 degrees out, because it's not much warmer in the plant. So I'm moving up this way. Here's the side of it. And there's some like punched in windows that would make it cold. Now this looks like it might be used. And there's an employee parking lot sign. And then up here it says Scio Pottery Company. Available for rent. And the number's right there, 740-945-3761 if you're interested. But there's a truck there, flatbed, International. It definitely looks like it's been used recently. I'm coming around to the south side of the building. There's a truck drop off. And this side of the building looks even worse. And then there's an abandoned train and then there's obviously a gate up. I'm not going to go through there, but there's a conveniently located train track, so they could dump the pottery on the train. Great idea to have a pottery facility located right next to a train track. There's an extra abandoned building right over there, so it's really an interesting thing to see. Here's the west side of the building. I'm sure back 50 years ago there'd be about 100 to 200 employees here, and this being a top-of-the-line pottery facility. But now it's sad and interesting to see the amount of poverty in the community, partially because of pottery, because they don't make it here anymore. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna back up. I got a ways, so I'll turn this off. I noticed this sign right here, Scio Packaging Company. There's also a mailbox. So I don't know for sure, but I think this part of the building might be operating, because you can see the grass is mowed pretty nice, and it does say available for rent as a small packaging company. But I'm sure back here is where it's not, because it's just nobody would want to work there with all the holes that are in the walls and how torn down and decrepit the building looks. I mean, it's hard enough working in a nice facility, let alone facility where in the winter, when it's 20 degrees out, it could be only about 25 in the facility, and pipes be freezing and all of that. So I don't think this side is being used. Like I said, back here there are some things that look like they could have recently been built or packaged.